The heroes were walking through the city, and they saw a meteor, and the meteor was blue fire. Hunter received his superpowers of an experiment. His powers are invincibility, seeing the future, and an axe by an experiment. Fast forward to the present, and we find him seeing the future when everything changes. Hunter sees the city burning in the future. Then he wakes up.
Golden Electro received his superpowers of an explosion because a villain planted a bomb. His powers are flying, super strength, and controlling electricity by an accidental exposure. Fast forward to the present, and we find him at his job. When everything changes, he was at the vet, and when his shift was over, he went home to find his family was asleep, except for his dog.
Blue Blur received his superpowers of speed, goggles, and super strength by a science experiment gone wrong. Fast forward to the present, and we find him on the streets. When everything changes, Blue Blur was going back home, and his radio says that 2,000 people have died.
Stretchman received his superpowers of his father. The powers were in his genes. His powers are super stretching, super creative, and goggles by heritage. Fast forward to the present day, and we find him at Walmart. Stretchman was at Walmart till his sister called him and said, "Come home." But when he got there, his sister was dead.
Cheetah Man received his superpowers of super speed, super strength, and telekinesis. He was adopted by Zeus. Zeus gave him his powers by heritage. Fast forward to the present, and we find him at his house when everything changes. He was sitting, and then the blue fire came in his house and killed his parents. He didn't have time to stop them.
Anti-Venom received his powers of super speed, telekinesis, and a spear. He was exploring, and he found a magical rock. Fast forward to the present, and we find him at his house when everything changes. He was running up the street, and then he saw smoke coming from his house. When he got there, his house was ash. The spy finds the heroes and tells them to meet in the Underground Railroad. When they meet, Blue Fire makes a train go at them. So Spy saves them and he dies. When all this ends, the heroes have no choice but to join the Super Six. The heroes go after Bluefire, and he was burning the railroad. And Bluefire saw them, so he made a wall fall on them. Golden Electro breaks the wall, so when they get up, they started to run at him, but he used his fire, but he missed. So then they started to fight. Anti-Venom hit the fireballs back at Bluefire. Golden Electro used his powers to hold the fire back. Blue Blur made him dizzy. Haunter hit him with his axe. Cheetah Man helped Stretch Man slingshot him back into space. The heroes were all at the coffee shop. Peace was finally restored. When the city was the city was built back up. Everyone was happy again.